Alton just listed the property. So Alton, why don't you just tell your story?
Well, this property actually had two properties that I have on the platform. You know, we're calling around, you know, not just cash calling, but we also do our influence of folks, letting them know that you're in the business and things of that nature. I had two clients call me. One client called me from Covina, and he said, I need to sell my house. I says, well, what's the status? So I ended up meeting with him, getting the listing. I says, well, let me ask you, what if I can help you sell your house with 0% commission to you? He goes, you mean I don't have to pay anything? I said, well, you have to pay your escrow closing costs, but for his real estate commissions, you would not be paying that. So normally he would be paying somewhere between a 5 or 6% commission, which is somewhere between $30,000 to $35,000. That's coming off the top before he sees anything. He goes, if you can do that and sell my house 0%, and get it done fast, then that would be something I would love to hear about. So I showed him, you know, how we can do that. I shared with him the platform, some of the other things that Dave showed us tonight on the website. And I said, he goes, you see all the different bids? I said, yeah. He goes, you can make this happen. I says, well, let's find out. So I ended up getting the listing, and I'll make a long story short. How about I share my screen and show you the video?
Yeah, go ahead, show us the video.
All right. This is last Saturday in Covina in the rain.
Hey guys, Alton Jones here again. We're back.
Can you hear that, Melvin?
Yeah, I can.
House event, and we are hosting the Covina property. We have people still coming in at the property. We have people in the background, as you can see, over in the corner. I think they're strategizing their offer and whatnot. I see we got more people arriving here at the location. You see people off in their corners doing their offers, negotiating the strategy, seeing what they can do, what the ARV is, what the look is, how much work is needed to the property. As you can see, they're arriving and they continue to arrive in their cars. Things are rocking, things are rolling. It's crazy. We love it. Laura needs help with something. Yes. Do we have any more in there? Oh, that's life in a big city. I had 50 out there. I didn't think more than 50 people were going to be here, but we ran out. So we have over 150 people here so far. So ran out of flyers. Look at that. Ran out of flyers. They've got one flyer left. And there's no more. That's it. And so we're okay. Anyway, we'll give you a report as to what's going on in Covina in the next half hour. We'll give you an update, but things are rocking. Hey, Ron Jones, where is it? It's in Covina, my man. Look who's helping me out here, Ron. Say hi to Ron Jones. You got Ron. You got Rocio here too. Let me go let you see Rocio. They're going to the house. Hi. You got a question? No questions? Let's see here. We're going to step in the house real quick. Let's watch the menu.
Go around and see the garage. There's 3 bedrooms and then 2 bathrooms.
Say hi to Ron Jones.
Hey, Ron. He has me working.
That's right.
On my feet for 3 hours.
Well, it ain't been 3 hours yet. That's boss lady. So, Ron,
So that open house was only for 3 hours. You had over 100 people come through.
She's the best. She's busy. Let me get out of your way here. Look at all these people coming through the house. Look at that. More people out there. They're all over the place. Yeah.
So this is a fixer upper, Alton?
You can go through the bathroom side.
Yeah, it
Right,
is.
you go to the left, you can get in that way in that side door. Okay. You're welcome.
I'll do this real quick. I'll narrate a little bit. So this is a property that's a fixer-upper. It does have people living in there, somewhere between 7 and 9 people who are living in this house. And you can see the condition of the house as I'm walking through. Nothing's kept up. Everything's kind of out of order. You got unkept beds, unmade beds. You got trash and debris all over. But you got grown folks living in here. That video's over here. Let me just stop sharing the screen on that. So as I'm going through this process, you can see this is in the first 45 minutes to an hour, we had over 100 people there. Okay. And they came through because, one, I priced it right. So when you ask Dave, Did I price it right? This is an ARV of somewhere between 750,000 to 800,000. And I priced it at 550. Number one. Number two, I put it on the platform. Number three, I sent out postcards. Number four, you saw the signage out there. I have signs in a 2-mile square radius, more than 40 to 50 signs posting directional to this property in the rain, mind you, on a weekend. So you got to do a combination of a lot of different things if you are being aggressive at this thing. You want to get eyeballs on? I mean, think about it. In 3 hours, 175 people came to this place. And guess what? Not all of them had agents. Probably less than half had agents, okay? Others were just buyers, cash buyers, homeowners that just want to live in the neighborhood. They want the school district. They want the community there. But what I got excited for, even though all those people came out, Melvin, and they checked in, I had my daughter there taking care, signing people in. She didn't let nobody in if they didn't sign in. Either you sign in because you were a buyer or you were an agent and you had to leave your business card. So she wouldn't let anybody get past. That was the gatekeeper, number one. And number two, the other gatekeeper, the watch commander, was in there making sure nobody just went in to restricted rooms. So then we had one room that was restricted, they could not get into. Again, you saw that. I think some of you guys saw the hole in the door, right? Angry person in that room. So we had to keep that door guarded. Nobody would get in there. But even with all that nasty mess in the house, people came out of the woodwork and they were strategizing, fighting, developing a plan. And the good news is, Melvin, once that was done, Monday was the end of the bidding, and I want to share with you how that worked out. And give me a second here. Let me just pull it up real quick.
So when I was selling the properties that I listed, I had 2 weekends that we did open house. So I set it for 14 days. But what Alton did was just set it for 1 day for 3 hours. So
right. I did that purposely because I actually had originally when Michelle had scheduled this thing out for 14, 15 days, I think it was. Okay. And what happened was I felt because I put on the market on a Friday and I wasn't going to do a showing to the next Saturday. Okay. So a week and a day. I wasn't going to do that for a week and a day for the first showing because we were restricted because it was tenants that occupying the property. And we had no access to the entire property. All the access I had was that 1 day for 3 hours. That was it. No more, no private showings, no can we come by? No. Then they were asking. I was getting calls left and right. Can I show your property? Can I show your property? No, no, and no. So you couldn't come up with a word game to get me to let you into the property. And I had one very aggressive agent who actually was trying to push back the seller to get into the house. And he just about almost called the cops on this lady. And that's how it was. But people get aggressive because they really want something. So you see the house here. I want to share with you how this thing ended up and how the bidding. So we had look at that. Oh my goodness. How many bids is that?
33 bids.
33 bids. And what an amazing 33 bids, folks, because I want to share with you, here's what happened. So that's the top bid, 613,000, right? But where did we start? Let's go back to where we started. JV at 553. So we listed at 550. The first bid came the first day, probably within the first half hour of launching the platform. Okay. When it launched on the platform in the first hour, less than the first hour, we had a bid of 553. And then we didn't get another bid to 556 like a couple of days later. And as you can see, as we're going through this, somebody else, and you can just look at the names. The JV, we have, Be Loyal, then JV again, and then Limon, and then JV again, and Restoration. And then here's we have to go to the next page because you only get so many. But then let's go to the bottom again and see what happened. This person came in, CEO, I don't know who that was, but they didn't laugh because JV came in again, and then Limon came in again, and LA Restoration came in again. And then all of a sudden, Sunny comes in. And next thing you know, that's in the day before the bidding. And all of a sudden, the day of the bidding, the morning of the bidding, Michael Ibrahim came in, 589. Then this ML or something like came in. And then Simplify came out of nowhere and dropped 592 on it. And then Jeremy came in again and 595. And then JV came out of nowhere and said, hey, yo ain't gonna get this. I was the first person up in this joint. I'm up here. This is gonna be my house. And then Jeremiah said, no, you don't. No, you don't. 598. Then JV said, here I is at 595. And then Jeremy, you see it. It's a knife fight. And then Sonny come out of nowhere and say, pounce it. I'm putting 605 in. And Jeremy comes in, and then all of a sudden JV's not there. And guess what? Sonny's there. And at the end of the day, the highest bid we got 613. Okay, 613. Let me do this, folks, because I need you to understand where we're at. Now you see, you got 1, 2 people fighting this thing, right? Fighting this thing. But JV was the one that started it all, right? JV's right there. JV's right there. He's at 602. So let me ask you, folks, who do you think won the bid? Uh-oh.
Jemiah, go ahead.
The highest bidder, right? You think the highest bidder won?
Yeah.
Depends on the terms.
There you go, Billie Jean. There you go. The terms are very important because the highest bidder came with some kind of financing or some kind of contingency. Okay. So, hey, you're going to close in 15 days? You don't want the tenants in there? I got tenants up in here. What you going to do about them? I don't want them tenants. You got to get them tenants out first. Oh, no. Somebody else says, well, I got 50% down. Oh, no. 50% down? Well, someone, JV said, I got cash. I'll close in 10 days and I'll take the tenants. So guess what we went with? We went with JV, but like Dave said, even though they bid at X, right? We can counter that. So JV came up to 608. 608. And on this was a 6% buyer's premium, not a 1%, not a 5%. We did a 6% buyer's premium that they must sign before they start to bid. Before they start to bid. By the way, I'm not saying this had anything to do with it, but some of these people got agents and some of them don't have agents. Guess who didn't have an agent?
The one who won the bid.
The one where the bid was selected. Nobody wins the bid. The bid is selected by the seller because he can choose to select the higher offer or the best terms, right? And the best terms was selected over the higher offer. Again, this ain't an auction. This is a bidding platform, and the bidder, it can be selected by the seller. Nobody wins unless you're in an auction. And guess what? We ain't an auction. We're a bidding platform. So therefore, the agent, that poor buyer's agent, got double commission with the seller's agent, right? So you got the selling agent and you got the listing agent, which is me.
So the big bag of money landed in Alton's hands.
So what it works out to be, and here's the one thing Dave talked, he didn't talk about it, but he gets this in training, that the platform gets up to $5,000. Now, last time I checked, $600,000 is $6,000, right?
That's right.
So how much does if the platform's getting 1%, how much do they get of that 600,000 at 1%?
We get 5,000.
You get 5,000. So the other part of that extra money that the platform left there goes to who?
You.
But the
agent.
Bank of Alton.
The Bank of Alton. I just happen to be both. I'm just saying. I didn't let any of that stuff, me being both agents, steer me from doing the right thing for my client. The client got the best terms because here's the deal. You want a $5,000 difference came with tenants, came with conditions. Less than 5,000 closes in 10 days. That means he gets paid next Friday because we open escrow up on Monday. 10-day escrow. No contingency means no appraisal, no inspections, no nothing other than bring the money to escrow. See you tomorrow. So the platform has done wonders just in that short period of time. It not only got the seller something what they want and the buyer gets what he wants, but also the agents get what they want. Not only the commission, but the additional leads that come through. Because it wasn't just the platform. I put out 1,500 cards, just listed. So who gonna get those? The people in the neighborhood that got disturbed by the open house, realizing all these people here to buy this nasty house in the block. Well, what's he gonna do to my beautiful house if I list this house with him with no commission, and by the way, my flyer say, sell your house for % commission to the seller. Is that okay with you? Make a little bit of money while I'm helping somebody else? See, it's okay to make money while you're helping others make money. You know, I'm not afraid of, we don't work for free. And guess what, folks? The game as a buyer's agent has been changed. The cheese was moved. You need to have a plan B. We've been talking about this thing at least for almost a year now, just with us in here in our success team. Since last summer, we got certified with the Easy platform when it was real inexpensive. You know, I call ourselves almost founders in California on the platform. We're founders, baby. We're founders. And I'm loving this thing, Dave. And see, Dave is a very modest man. He's a smart dude. He talks real slow so I can understand him. Because when he talks slow, I understood. I got certified driving from Riverside to Santa Cruz to drop my son off at college. And I got certified on the way back. I was certified while my wife drove the car, of course. So I'm having fun with this, as you can see. But these are the kind of things that are available for you as tools in your business. It's not exclusive to EXP only. It's exclusive to every company out there. You know how many agents out there said that this was an unbelievable, smart idea that you have jumped ahead of the game to have a system like this. How can I be down?
That was one of the things I was going to say is not too many people, especially in our market, knows about this. Matter of fact, when I sold my first house with the platform, I was the first one in EXP, and they denied it. So because they felt that it was an auction, and they don't do auctions. So we had to go behind our broker, California broker, to get the approval, and that took a while. So I was the first agent in California to close, at least in EXP. I don't know about the state of California, but at least in EXP, out of the 15,000 agents that we have in California, I was the first one to close on the platform. So I pretty much opened the market. But no, it's not out there. You guys can see how effective it is, but the mass is going to come. The folks are going to come. So you might as well get involved with this and get started in prospecting and getting listings with this platform.
Dave,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't see it here. What was your number again? I don't see it here. It was
It's-
440?
Yeah, 440-477-5652. It's in the chat box.
5652. Okay.
So Dave,
And-
I want you just to share how they can get started if they're interested.
Yeah, and just the support. Just want to remind you about the support I had. They have an unbelievable team of support while the moment you submit your listing to them, for them to input it, they have the behind the scenes people are just working vigorously to help you get your listing out there. And because if you got the right price and the right type of listing, there are going to be people calling in wanting to get help. And they're going to the chat room. They call them Michelle. They call them some of the people that work with her. They help them, get their paperwork in. Because if they paperwork in, they can miss a great deal if that platform clamped down, because it takes a couple of hours to verify their documents, their proof of funds, and signing the addendum. If they don't things are not done, guess what? They may miss, and that platform bidding ends, and they won't be able to have a chance to even bid. So the support with the Easy platform back office with people like Michelle are just unbelievable, unreal. I can't give her enough flowers, Dave and Robert, of what she did to help me and our team to be able to have this be a successful event. It was just exciting. The fact that we were there, but she was doing all the real work behind the scenes, getting everybody set up to start bidding. So we really appreciate her and the team for doing that.
Yeah, she was doing the same for me for Saturday and Sunday. So you normally don't get people working in the office working on the weekend like that, but she was really helpful. So Dave, if anybody's interested, how can they get going with the platform?
So first of all, Alton, incredible story, man. I think I was more psyched than you as you were doing your video. I mean, that's going to be priceless marketing for you, my man. Just to put it out there like that and be excited like that, stay excited, because I'm telling you, man, people love that. You know what I mean? They They love your energy. I love your energy. And yeah, guys, Michelle is wonderful. She is the sweetest person. She'll do anything she can for you. You know, just, the more time you can give us, the better. Honestly, think about it. Whenever you're trying to do that stuff at the last moment, it's very, very tough. But her and her team seem to figure it out every time. Okay.
So
So
we have some people that want to ask questions. Do you want to field
yeah,
questions right now?
I can do that. Yep. Go ahead.
I had a question. This is
Yep.
Karen. Did Alton say that his flyer said, "I will sell your home for 0 commission"? It kind of bleeped out when he said that
Yes.
part.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly what it said. Yes.
And then, okay, so is the buyer's agent the seller's agent, and if there is a buyer's agent, are they paid from that 5% or 6% premium?
That's exactly where they're paid. Yes.
Okay, that's why I was wondering, okay, where does that come in with the 0? Okay, with the 0, got it, thank you.
And Karen, you get to decide who gets paid what. If like in my case, like, you know how you decide you're going to put, if you got a listing, the agent's going to make 2% or 2.5% or 2.25%, the agents put different numbers on there. Let me tell you something.
Right.
If you working, we working for 3%. I'm a listing agent. I'm getting paid my 3. None of this, hey, if I got to do all the work, I'm not going to split half with you if I'm doing all the dadgum work. I'm the one that got 175 people there and they didn't. They just showed up. So you need to be sure you get paid what you're worth, whether it's 3% or 3.5%, but none of this 2.5%. The other joker making more money than you. So you put it out at 2%, and you could actually charge the seller too if you want to. That an example that Dave talked about. I just think for me out here, it's so important to know what can attract, what's going to make you different from another agent. I'm not gonna, if I can say 0%, I can run that thing I run that thing up the flagpole. I can sell your house at 0% commission, period. I'm not going to charge you 1% on the back end. No, I'm charging you 0% commission, and then I'm going to have the buyer pay for it. And if the buyer don't want to pay for it, guess what? They can't bid. And it's okay. Go find another house to buy. But I'm not taking anything like that. But that 0% has a lot to do with us being successful. And I know a lot of agents across the nation, they do charge their sellers, and they still charge a buyer's premium too. I just think it's a better way to go for us out here, for me in California.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's very strategic. And even let's say if you said to your seller that you're going to charge them 1%, but then you're charging the 6% premium, I mean, that is still worth it. So thank you for clarifying that.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you this, and Alton will have to agree. When I first pitched this to him, I'm sure Alton was like, what in the world is this dude talking about? I don't get it. And the biggest things that I hear from our 450 plus agents, and Robert will tell you, I'm scared. I literally am terrified to do this. And I keep banging my head with Robert every day saying, what do we got to do to convince people that this is the way to go? Now, the luxury we've had over the last 2 weeks is, guess what? Now you're scared for another reason, right? Not our reason. So I can tell you this, and I'm sure Alton is going to back me here. Alton, do you wish you would have started this 6 months ago?
Yeah, I was too busy trying to figure it out, and versus just taking action on it. But it's just, man, I wished I had done this 6 months ago. So I think sometimes we get so complacent in the old traditional way of doing things that we don't want to change. And it's something new. It's something we haven't did. And sometimes we may think that, oh, it's cheap to do that. And it's not. It's giving value. And that's how I see it, is we gave value to the seller, we gave value to the buyer, and we gave value to our company, because now we have more people to talk to and be around and support.
Yeah, the beauty is, you can call us 724. We've run across everything. I personally myself have done 50 to 100 of these. I'm the one that David, when we started this thing, we gave it a good trial with only my business. I ran into every objection in the world on anything. We've got it figured out. We've got trainings in the back room, but we are here to help you guys succeed. And we're in a very precarious situation with the real estate industry now, not knowing about commissions. NAR settlement says we don't want anything to do with commission on seller side and buyer side. Where does that leave us? We've got the solution.